Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Kelly Kennedy.
And I'm Grace Sheldorf.
Now, online ticketing is the only way to pay for event entry fees. We go over to Will Joseph with more on the story.
Last year, RHS introduced a new online ticketing system using GoFan, and up until last week, you could still purchase a ticket at the entrance of an event using cash. The school has now entirely made the switch to GoFan tickets.
Well, we're kind of following what the section and what a lot of the state's doing after COVID. They're realizing that it's a little bit easier for most people to get the online tickets. We can buy tickets in advance. It allows you to figure out, or not figure out, but give you an idea of how many people are going to be coming. You are going to have a couple people, you're going to have your grandmas and grandpas that don't have some of the stuff, that they live by cash, and it'd be great if we could do that still.
Some students wish that they would still be able to purchase a ticket using cash, while others appreciate the convenience of this all-online approach.
I like the online tickets better because I don't have to bring any cash to the games, and I just have it all done on my phone.
I prefer cash because I don't like to have to remember to buy my tickets before the game, and I'm already bringing cash to buy snacks, so I already have money.
The GoFan system also ensures more safety during RHS events, especially for the ticket collectors.
It's a safer avenue for the ticket takers. For instance, you have a game like we had Friday night. You have that many people at $8 a pop. You're going to have a lot of money just sitting there. And with the online, you don't have that. There's no money sitting there. It's no possibility of somebody just stepping up and just, hey, you know what, this looks like good. So,
Thanks, Will.
This will now affect future paid events such as sporting events and theater productions. And now we go to Joseph Bianchini with sports.
Good morning. Welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Joseph Bianchini. Last year, the Roseville football team lost in the second round of the playoffs to Oakdale High School. Tonight, Roseville opens up the playoffs against Oakdale. Oakdale is always going to be a legit team. That town is just a factory for big corn-fed football players. But this year, they certainly don't have the talent they had last year, especially due to their 3-star QB from last year having graduated. Oakdale is at their best when they get the run game going. Going into tonight, they have 5 dudes over 300 yards on the ground. Oakdale's confidence certainly isn't high going into tonight, though. They're on a 3-game losing streak, including a 55-0 loss last week. Granted, they lost to one of the better teams in the area, but that's still gotta hurt. If Roseville can come out of the gates on fire tonight and just demoralize this team that's been struggling as of lately, they could pull off an upset and move on to play 2-seed Patterson next week. And it's been a long road for the Tigers to get here, and to get there they've needed to keep team morale high. One junior has been able to do this in a unique way. For more, we go over to Parker Hellickson.
We are castaways. We're stuck where we are.
Naughty bopping, punching my hips. Like, come here, gotta do.
Over the summer, the Roseville High School varsity team added a key player to their roster. Tony has brought this inspiration to the team with his dance moves, also earning him a nickname.
TTT? Two-turn Tony? That's my ride or die, though. Two-turn Tony, he a real inspiration to the Roseville High School varsity team, man. Like, he makes me get up and practice every day, Really an inspiration.
Not only do Tony's dance moves keep the team going, but his skills on the field is what makes Tony so special.
Tony's one of the best players out there, so his ability on and off the field to keep us connected with the dance moves, he gets us all on it, and then his ability to carry us on the field, it's just never seen something like it before.
Caden Belton feels that Tony always brings the energy no matter the circumstances.
Tony be dancing and stuff, he always having a good time. I bet Tony gets 2 hours of sleep every night, and he comes to practice every day, and he's dancing,
Junior Tony Hardester feels that his dance moves and the energy brings the Tigers together.
Oh, no, man. I feel like just getting sturdy brings, a type of vibe, hey.
Looking for a talker, and she just want to move. I put the gun.
Gosh, there's always vibing and stuff, getting sturdy and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
As Tony, a.k.a. TTT, is going to his senior year next year, his roles increase as he plans to take the team to state.
I think he's going to take us all the way. This year, I don't know what we'd do without him, and next year, he's got a big role next year, It's time for him to get two-turn, and it's time for him to be Tony.
All right, when in doubt, sturdy it out. Ready?
Tony hopes to bring his team together as they head to Oakdale tonight for their first round of playoffs.
In other sports news, the girls' tennis team had a very successful year and made it all the way to the section semifinals. Although they would end up losing 6-3, the Roseville team put up a strong showing in doubles matches and lost to one of the best tennis teams in the area.
Overall, we had a really great year, and I'm so proud of the team. We made it to semifinals and won most of our matches.
For more on girls tennis, stay tuned into Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. And that's all in your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. I, the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Joseph. The second official trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water released and finally gives us a better look at what the movie is going to provide. Sam Worthington is returning as Jake Sully, and in this movie he has a daughter who seems to have a special connection with Awa.
So what does her heartbeat sound like?
Mighty. It appears that Na'vi are using military technology, though we don't see any humans in the trailer. We do see conflict with other Na'vi tribes, so maybe there will be some kind of civil war going on in Pandora. Either way, there will be more destruction as seen in the trailer. Like the first, the visuals look stunning, and I'm sure the CGI will have the same charm that made the first so popular. Hopefully, unlike the first Avatar, this one will actually have an interesting story. In other entertainment news, Joji's new album Smithereens dropped this morning. Tune into Tuesday's broadcast for more. And finally, the Modern Warfare 2 remake released on October 28th. For more on the revised game, go to ivethetigernews.com or EOT Arts on Twitter. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Connor.
Last Tuesday, our very own Mr. Maddox competed in the Sacramento Ironman race. We go to Ryan Collins with more on the story.
This past week, leadership and student government teacher Mr. Maddox participated in his 4th Ironman race.
Ironman is a triathlon where you swim, bike, and run. And the swim is 2.4 miles, the bike ride's 112 miles, and then you finish up with the marathon, that's 26.2 miles.
An Ironman race usually takes immense training to be able to compete in, but Mr. Maddox's preparation has never been very much.
Really? So I've done 4, and the preparation has been minimal. It's more mental for me than physical. Obviously it's physical, but the time that I have to take away from other stuff I do, I just haven't had that time. So maybe a little bit of swimming. That's what I did the most this time. Mr. Stewart and I were swimming. Tried to do it a couple of times a week. That didn't always work out. Really had no bike ride stuff going on, and absolutely no running. I do not like running, but I did a lot of hiking this summer.
PE teacher Mr. Eric Hart thinks that minimal preparation by Maddox is actually reasonable for who he is.
Mr. Maddox is a rock star. He's a unbelievable physical specimen, if you will. In 2008, when I said I wanted to do it, I was into racing and I was into running, and he jumped on board and said, heck yeah, let's do it. He literally, I think this is his 4th or 5th Ironman completed, and each time he's done very little training and preparation. He just is he has a motor that just does not stop moving.
Maddox looks forward to hopefully attending another race in the future.
So my thing is, I will, if somebody said, hey, Ironman tomorrow and they wanted me to go, I would go. So I'll do an Ironman anytime because I haven't trained for any of them. I feel prepared as much as I do today as I will tomorrow. However, the cost is really expensive when you get in the Ironman. So if anybody wants to pay for me, I'll go. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a while before I do another one.
Thanks, Ryan.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on ivethetigernews.com. See you next time.